Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Salotto Italiano at Casa Italiana di Las Vegas. Tonight, we have our guest speaker, Pasquale D'Alba of Trattoria Italia.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. With a restaurant in Henderson, Nevada. You were saying on Eastern and?
Yes, 905 Southeastern. It's between Silver Ranch and St. Rose.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, Pasquale, how long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas since 2002, November 2002, and it's been 15 years, actually. Actually, I did 14 years here, 1 year in California.
And then you came back in Vegas?
Yeah, I went to California first, with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that we went. Actually, I went by myself here in Vegas. I like it. I came to vacation the first time.
And you loved it. You fell in love with the...
I did hotel school. So I did hotel school, and I love hotels. So when I saw all these hotels all together, that you can see it from here, actually, I was in love. Yeah,
Perfect. So you are Sicilian?
I'm still Sicilian.
You are Sicilian?
I'm still from Sicily. Yeah,
You're from Sicily?
I'm from Palermo.
Palermo.
I'm from Palermo,
Great.
downtown Palermo, actually, because some people they say they are from, they are from Rome, for example.
Yes.
And they're like 50 miles away from Rome. I'm from Palermo downtown. Yeah, very close
City
to the
center.
Yes, to the Teatro Massimo is where they did the Godfather Third, where they killed the daughter of Michael Corleone.
Yes, Sofia Coppola.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Nice movie. So, how have you remained connected to your Italian roots?
Before I was not connected at all because I worked for nightclubs for a little bit, so I wanted to learn English a lot, so I was avoiding Italian people. And then my family came here, so I started to be connected like that.
Okay.
C'è un po' di gallo. Sorry.
Does your heritage make an impact on your career?
Little bit. I mean, I come from, like I said, I did hotel school, and being from Italy and being in that environment, yes, absolutely. Like,
Okay.
I love it. Italians, we're best for customer service, and our language is amazing. And that got me into this. Like, I learned English living in Venice. Like, I started to work for hotels, and there were some girls, they like the accent, and
Of course.
like,
You can't get wrong with Italian accent, right?
Nope.
So tonight you are presenting a heirloom recipe, which is a Sicilian caponata, right? You guys are going to eat it in a minute.
Delicious.
Tell us about your delicious caponata and how did you learn to make it?
So caponata, it's a classic. I heard actually that in Calabria they do it too, but
Yes.
I don't know if you come
Slightly
from us.
different. It's a slightly different
Yes,
recipe. Mhm.
probably spicy. But so I learned it from my mom. She's right here.
There she is.
It's a classic Sicilian appetizer that comes from the Spanish. Like in Sicily, we have a lot of Spanish influence since it was Napoli and Sicily, like il Regno delle Due Sicilie.
Exactly.
So the appetizer comes from there. It's they talking about 1797 actually, and they modified it. Like now it's the Sicilian caponata. But I learned it from my mom. She's her favorite dish to make, and actually one of the best that she makes. It's amazing. I do a lot of stuff, but that one I made it because my mom likes it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice son, is it? So, your family has been in the restaurant business for quite a while, right?
Yes, 1978.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, how is it to work with your family every day in a restaurant?
Okay, I gotta say it's amazing, but so
Well, you're Italian after all, so I can imagine,
I'm from Sicily too, so it's even more like more south you go, more hot you get. But so it's nice because the first thing that I learned at school, it's like a business will be open just because you have people coming there. So the most important thing is like to make people happy, customers happy, and that's what I learned with my family. That's what we do, and that's what I like. It's our passion. Like if you don't have a passion on something, like maybe do something else. Like I have a son, he's 3 years old, and of course, eventually I'm gonna drive him on something, but maybe he's passionate to do something else. For us, it was a little bit different because we literally like grew up like on eating.
Yes.
There is actually a comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco, who talks about his family like making lasagna like in the basement. That's the way we grow up, and it's true. Like, and it's something that it gets you like right away,
yes,
or not. Me, see, when I did hotel school, I did front desk, kitchen, and being a waiter or bartender. So I did all three. So a little bit, I'm more open than my family. So when we opened the restaurant, I got their experience. So, and we use on that, and actually they listen to me, fortunately. And yeah, it was a great combination. The only thing is like the English was a challenge. So that was the only challenge we had. But then I love my family. Like I'll do anything for them. So
excellent. So when did you know you wanted to continue the legacy of running a family-owned restaurant?
Okay, so I think since always, but there was a little bit of challenges because I started to travel, and then being young, because I was like 19 when I left my country, I start to meet different kind of people. Like I think it was good because I opened my mind a little bit more on everything, and also to meet people. Like the nightclub thing was like to literally like meet a lot of people. And
yes,
I did.
Of course.
But I mean, since a long time. Yes, and then I have fun. I travel. I meet people. I learn languages, and then I wanted to learn more and more. That's why when we open in Vegas, Vegas is a very challenging city. To open a restaurant, it's not a small town. There is a lot of chefs around. So yeah, and then we decided at the right moment when they start to speak English a little bit better, and yes, we did.
Good.
Yeah.
So now, talking about the restaurant business, there's always challenges in running a restaurant, and particularly when you run an Italian restaurant. Did you have any challenges in introducing more Italian, traditional Italian dishes in the trattoria?
Okay, so since I've been here for a long time, like some Italians that they want to come here and open a place right away, the mistake that they do is that they open a place and they make like traditional stuff from Agrigento, let's say, like if you're from there. Some people, they don't get it, so I think you have to modify some stuff.
Okay.
My challenge was very little because I've been here for a long time, so it was easier.
So you knew the market a little bit.
Yes, it was easier for me. So what I did, I introduced in the specials.
Okay.
So the menu is the classic Italian stuff that all the American know. But in the specials, I have all stuff that's, stuff that I can introduce. And what we do, we go to tables and we approach the people and explain them what it is instead of just being written in there.
Exactly.
Like,
so you give a little bit of a background of the recipe.
You gotta go Google it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
no, we just the background. We let them taste too. For example, we make the caponata. I go around the tables and I make people taste it and I explain what it is. So like in everywhere, like when I came from Italy, I came here and I went to New Orleans and they told me, a plate from there. I didn't know what it was, but when people they let you taste and explain a little bit better, you appreciate it even more.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't like cilantro, for example. When somebody cooks something and if I don't see that it's cilantro
yes.
on the menu and then it comes to the table, I get mad.
Exactly.
So that's what we do. We explain, and I think that was a very easy thing for me to do. I didn't have any problem.
So now, tell us, what is your favorite dish at Trattoria?
Place?
Yes.
I like meat and fish, but I want to say that I like seafood a lot more.
Well, coming from the south
Unfortunately,
of Italy, of course.
Unfortunately, I don't have any shellfish allergies because there is a lot of people having that.
They do, yeah.
I'll probably kill myself. But I like seafood. So mix cioppino. I like the cioppino. We have amazing cioppino. And then our pasta is always al dente. So when you come to our place, you will taste good pasta. Some people, they don't want to do it because they're scared if the pasta is not going to taste the right way. So they take just the cioppino. And then with all that sauce, sometimes it can be very soggy. So, but we do a good job on that. Not too much sauce. and not too less, because in Italy we do a kind of dry respecto here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we, it's not too watery. And
Perfect.
It's not very loose, like it stick there.
So now tell us, what is in your pantry at home instead?
Okay, since I travel a lot, there is I like to mix stuff, and then I'm very passionate on some things, and then being young, like sometimes I want to change stuff. So if, for example, my grandma used to cook in a way, I want to mix something Chinese on my food. So I have some Chinese, I have some Mexican stuff. So it's really like a mix. But I have Nutella though.
Oh, every Italian has an Nutella in the pantry. You cannot.
If you want to understand if somebody is Italian, you go to the pantry, you open it. If there is no Nutella, they're not Italian.
Exactly. So, what is your preferred go-to spice or seasoning to add to your dishes? Your favorite spice that you do?
Very simple, a very old spice. I mean, there's a lot of spices there, but black pepper. Yes.
Okay.
I like black pepper a lot.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And when you visit Italy instead, is there anything that inspired you to recreate at Trattoria in terms of dishes?
Yes, seafood. So when I can find some fresh stuff, like of course in Italy we cook a lot of fresh things. I wish we got the same exact products that we have there, because some people they're like, oh my god, this one tastes good, but it will taste like completely different if it would be a tomato from Italy, right? So, but yeah, like I like seafood, so I like to make fresh stuff with fish. So I like grilled fish or like the branzino. So I like to find fresh stuff. It's very hard. It's very expensive. So that's why also they are in the specials. Like if you put on the menu some things, maybe like they don't come the same because there is no consistent, especially on fish.
Of course.
If you would be back home like in Sicily with the fish, you just grab it yourself if you want. But here it's very hard. So, when there is something fresh that I want, the company, they tell me, and yes, that's what I make. So that's my favorite thing, fish.
Fish. So what have you learned instead from your parents and grandparents about running your own restaurant?
First of all, like I was telling before, the passion. Like the first things that you gotta learn if it's your thing to do, and how much passion you can put on it. In a scale of 1 to 100, it's better, of course, to go 80 and more. It's like kind of like the credit here. If you have 380, it's not good. Same thing, like passion, and then like care for people. Like that's what I learned. But when I was little, every time I go somewhere, like my mom, like say hello to Mr. Mario, hello, and that's very nice. Like respect.
Yes.
And that's stuff that now I'm doing in my restaurant. Like when people they come, of course, it's gotta be respect from the other side too. And
of
then
course.
You can act in a different way if there is no respect on the other side. But at the same time, you gotta be. You go in a room and you gotta feel confident and
Well, you are a very welcoming person.
Yes.
So it's you have a really nice personality. You're Italian. So
yeah, that's what I learned from my family.
That's great.
Yes, it's amazing. And then I speak different languages, so it's nice to do it in Spanish or in English or in Italian. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's good. So now, can you give any tips to our guest here tonight, how to enhance their Italian cooking at home?
Okay, first of all, like you gotta stick to something. Like for example, forget about me. I like Chinese. I like this. I like that. But like if you just wanted to cook Italian stuff, just stick to something. Like learn to do like maybe some pasta, like some vegetable pasta. Start it from there, and then you start to make something else. Maybe some meat, some fish. Then from there you go to something else. Just make sure that plate that you make it with passion and you make it consistent. I don't use like the ounces thing, like to make exactly like the plate like that, because I think that's more for the bakery side. That's my father. My father makes that. I don't do that. He gets mad. When he makes a risotto, he makes it like exactly the same, and that's good. You know, but for me, like if you do a touch a little bit different every plate, but of course keep the consistency, of course. Like that's very important. Keep it consistent. Make sure when you do something, you make it like you really want to make it. It's not like, okay, let's try this. Like that's my first thing. Like everything I do, I'm excited to do it, but at the same time, you know, if it doesn't come good, do it again.
Exactly.
And,
yes, you have to try.
Yeah.
A few times. Now, did your mom teach you how to make spaghetti the first time, or something that you did on your own?
No, you know what? Okay, this is the thing about me. Like I didn't like school at all. So, but I was going to school, even if I didn't like it. And I was listening to the teacher. Let's see what these crazy guys got to do. So I listen and do of the teacher whatever they say, my own thing, right? So I was very, I observe a lot, and that's what I was doing with my family. Like my generation, like your grandma know how to cook,
Yes.
but then it skipped. Like my mom, she is good, but my father was better. Like so, it's the grandma, and then yeah. Then there is a lot of good chefs there, men, right?
Exactly.
I don't want to be like sorry for the word, but like I don't know. So, but yeah, that's what it is.
Good. Okay, so before we finish, I want to remind everybody that Casa Italiana members enjoy 15% off at Trattoria Italia, as Trattoria Italia is one of our restaurant partners. And I also want to present Pasquale for tonight a certificate, un certificato di riconoscimento in gratitude for his efforts in promoting Italian culture. This is from Casa Italiana.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Grazie a tutti. Thank you so much for listening to me. Oh, la ricetta live? You want to... Okay, so I'll tell you what we put on it, but you wanted to know exactly. I told you I'm not good to say all the...
It's up to you.
So we have capers, onions, celery, and eggplant. So what we gotta do is chop the eggplant first, right? That's the first thing you gotta cook, and fry it the right way with the right amount of oil, not too much. If you have a better oil, it's better. It's gonna taste better instead of having like a very bad oil. So and then you let the eggplant, since they're in cubes, like soak, but not in a napkin. Actually, soak in a bowl because you need that oil eventually, right? So once you cook the capers with the onions and the celery, you have to use balsamic vinegar on it. Use always a good balsamic vinegar instead of. I cannot tell you how much you gotta put because I don't know how many people you gotta cook it for. So balsamic vinegar, you have to put a little bit of sugar, like maybe like like a small cup of sugar because it's agrodolce, the sauce, so it's sweet and sour.
Yes.
You don't want to make it too sweet. You don't want to make it too sour because then it will not taste like this. And then once you cook the whole thing, mix it up with the eggplant and make sure you mix it up the right way. Oh, olives. Don't forget the olives.
Don't forget the olives.
Yeah, so don't add too much salt because I didn't say any salt because the capers and the olives, they're pretty salty already, especially with the water. Depends on what kind of olives you put. So just a touch of it and you will be fine. But just make sure you mix it up and then keep it in the fridge. Stay in there, don't mix it up at all, and then you mix it up the day after. But olive oil, the best olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, extra virgin olive oil. And Calabria has some good ones. Sicily, we have amazing one. Greeks, actually, they have amazing oil too, like from that.
But consider that the dish is Italian, so let's do Italian olive oil.
Absolutely. Then, yes, yeah, bravo. And then, I can show you next time a video, like when we are there, my mom can show you actually.
Well, you can always go to the restaurant and try the Sicilian caponata over there, yes.
It's going to be like, before we had it on the menu, but my mom was working somewhere else, so she was the one that couldn't make it all the time, or me or my father, but every time it was coming a little bit different, so we're going to use hers, because that's, the one that you taste is hers.
Okay, so it's guaranteed.
I don't want to take credit for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.